Good Sunday morning. My name is Jaden Jefferson, and welcome to this week's Community Focus. As we all know, gas prices have definitely gone up, and now there are steps that some elected officials are considering to lower those gas prices. So joining me to talk about this issue of inflation and how gas is at the pump is Kara Hitchens with AAA. Good morning.
Good morning.
So in Ohio, Governor Mike DeWine said he's considering getting rid of the state gas tax because President Biden had encouraged states to do that to help alleviate some of the pain that people were feeling when they were filling up their tank at the pump. So what do you think the impact of that could be on drivers?
So we know that the gas tax primarily is used for highway projects, and drivers want good roads, smooth roads to drive on. So taking away that gas tax is potentially putting road construction at risk. I know it would be a savings for folks as well, but you have to kind of weigh the good and the bad, and for what would be a short-term solution, are we really ready to risk the health and safety of folks with crumbling infrastructure?
And we've seen how prices are right now. They're definitely up from where they were last year for sure. And it's definitely something that isn't really going away anytime soon. So do you see this problem getting worse or somewhat better to come later this year?
So what AAA analysts are telling us is that we don't see an immediate relief at the pump. We know that eventually, likely come fall, prices will start to go back down, which is traditionally when prices go down anyway. We always see a summer uptick, but clearly never quite this high. So, we expect to see prices go back down in the fall. I expect that, they're still going to bounce around up and down as we've seen this past week, a penny or two here, 3 or 4 cents up and down. So no immediate relief in sight, but come fall, we expect to see the prices go back down.
One thing a lot of Americans have kind of noticed and have really been trying to get more attention drawn to is the role of the oil companies in the gas prices. So is there a correlation between the oil companies setting these prices and them being so high this year?
Well, oil companies are setting their prices based on oil production and based on what they can buy the oil for. So, we know that there is a profit margin that they have to meet. And there's a big debate on how much that profit margin is. So, I'm not an analyst, I'm not an economist to say whether that's right or wrong, and if that margin is too big or too small.
What do you blame for prices starting to go down a little bit in the state? Because I've noticed we're now getting below $5, which is a good sign.
Right. So there's a thing called demand destruction. And so that's where, consumers are kind of had enough and the demand by consumers has gone down. And that could be some of what we're seeing right now as well. Just kind of fed up with the prices, taking their demand out of the pie and then driving prices down because there's such a supply that's not getting consumed. So that could be some of what we're seeing. It's too early to know because it's still hovering right around the $5 mark, a penny or two up and down.
Being the summer season, a lot of people are going to be traveling, whether that's for family or, just going to a barbecue. And you see how that impacts drivers when you're out more during the summer. So do you have any tips for drivers when it comes to traveling during the summer and saving money when they're getting their gas?
Actually, we do. We often talk about making sure that your vehicle is running well, that your tire pressure is accurate, and that you're topping off your fluids and you're changing your air filter. Those things can help save on fuel efficiency. Also, obey the speed limit. When you travel too fast, when you're driving too fast, that burns up gas. And if at all possible, limit your use on your air conditioner. If you're in town riding around, roll down the windows, enjoy the fresh air. At highway speeds, you're going to want to roll the windows up because of the drag on the vehicle. But again, like I said, if you're in town driving around, it's best just to roll the windows down and enjoy the fresh air.
Those are great tips, for people to have. But as far as looking at government, is there anything that really our government can do to help relieve the stress?
Well, we know there are a number of things that politicians are working on, and that's, adding more oil to the supply chain. And so those type of things can help in the long run. Short term, I think we're just going to have to ride this one out.
Ride this one out, I think, should be the official slogan for this year and the last 3 years. Kara Hitchens with AAA, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.